Navigating the world of relationships can be tricky, and understanding someone's feelings is often easier said than done. If you've found yourself wondering, does she actually like me or am I imagining things? Don't worry, you're not alone. Some signs of interest can be clouded by fear of emotional vulnerability or past heartbreak, making them hard to recognize. And that's exactly what we're uncovering today. This isn't about guessing games or playing mind tricks. It's about giving you clear, honest signs that she might like you, but is holding back because she's afraid of getting hurt. We'll break down 10 powerful indicators that clue you into what she's really feeling. To make it even better, we're sharing relatable examples and practical advice so you can confidently connect with her in a meaningful way. By the end of this video, you'll not only know what to look for, but also how to respond in a way that fosters trust and understanding. This is all about building real connections, free of pressure or pretense. Sound good? Hit that like button and stick around. If any of this feels familiar, drop a comment and tell us. Now get ready, because here are 10 signs she likes you, but is afraid of getting hurt. Point 1, the emotional yo-yo effect. All right, fellas, you've probably experienced this before and had no idea what to make of it. One day she's warm, attentive, maybe even flirty. The next day, boom, ice cold, like she suddenly forgot you exist. What gives, right? Well, you, my friend, are witnessing the classic emotional yo-yo effect. Here's the deal. When a girl likes you but is afraid of getting hurt, her emotions can be all over the place. It's not that she's playing games or messing with your head. No. It's more like she's having an internal debate with herself. On one hand, she really likes you and wants to get closer. But on the other hand, she's terrified of letting her guard down and getting burned. For example, one minute she's texting you all excited, asking how your day's going. Then, just as quickly, she pulls back and cancels plans out of the blue. Or maybe when it's just the two of you, she's all smiles and focused on you, but in a group setting, she's suddenly distant or reserved. Confusing? Totally. But you have to understand that this hot and cold behavior is her way of testing the waters. She's trying to figure out if you're someone she can trust. Here's your move. Don't get caught up in the same back and forth cycle. You've got to be the steady hand in this situation. Stay consistent and grounded. Text her back even when she gets a little distant, and don't hold it against her when she cancels plans. Show her you're not going anywhere, and over time, she'll see you as someone she can lean on. Trust me, patience is your secret weapon here. Point 2, the Fort Knox phenomenon. Next up, we've got something I like to call the Fort Knox phenomenon. Ever tried getting past those emotional walls she's built? Feels like cracking a safe, doesn't it? She's not quick to share, avoids deep conversations, and keeps switching the subject the second things get too personal. Sound familiar? That's because she's protecting herself. Here's why this happens. When someone's been hurt before, they learn to close themselves off. Vulnerability can feel like a risk they're just not ready to take. It's like putting a do not enter sign on their emotions. But don't get it twisted. She's not shutting down because she doesn't like you. In fact, it's the exact opposite. She probably likes you a lot. It's just that opening up comes with the fear of rejection, and she's trying to make sure you're worth that leap of faith. Picture this. You ask about her day, her family, or even her dreams, and she either brushes it off or gives some vague answer. Or maybe she deflects entirely with a joke just to keep things from getting too real. It might feel like you're hitting a wall, but the truth is, she's waiting for one thing. She's waiting for a sign that you're safe. What do? Show her the emotional door is open by leading with your own vulnerability. Tell her about something personal, share your dreams, or even admit to something you're worried about. When she sees you're not afraid to put your feelings on the line, she'll slowly start to feel comfortable doing the same. But here's the kicker. Don't rush her. The last thing you want to do is pressure her into opening up faster than she's ready. Give it time, and little by little, she'll start letting you in. Trust me, behind those walls is someone who's just waiting to feel safe and appreciated. Point 3, the mind reader experiment. All right, here's where things get interesting. You know when you're having a totally chill day and suddenly she's acting off? Maybe you didn't reply to her text right away, or you casually mentioned that you had lunch with a female friend. Next thing you know, she's distant, quiet, or overthinking everything. What's going on here? Welcome to the mind reader experiment. Here's how it works. She's not trying to drive herself crazy, I promise. When she likes you but is scared of getting hurt, she starts analyzing everything. And I mean everything. Every word you text, every action you take, every pause between your replies. Why? Because she's trying to protect herself. She's looking for clues, piecing together your behavior to see if she might get hurt down the road. Her past experiences might have taught her to stay one step ahead so she can spot red flags early, even if there aren't any. Think about it. Maybe you say, "Can't talk now, I'm busy." And she wonders, is he losing interest? Did I do something wrong? Or you're unusually quiet one day and she starts feeling like she's walking on eggshells. It's not insecurity. It's her way of caring too much, but not feeling secure enough to show it outright. Here's the fix. Clear, consistent communication. It's that simple. If you're swamped with work, shoot her a quick text letting her know you'll call her later. Or if you notice she's overthinking something, don't leave her hanging. Reassure her. A quick, "Hey, just to be clear, everything's cool between us," can work wonders. The more you communicate openly and show her there's nothing to worry about, the more she'll start to relax. She's not trying to read your mind just for fun, guys. She just needs to know that you're as into her as she is into you. Point 4, the sneaky jealousy giveaway. All right, jealousy. It's that tricky little emotion no one really wants to admit to. But oh boy, it sure likes to slip through the cracks. When she's into you but scared of getting hurt, you might notice these sneaky, subtle signs of jealousy. They're not the dramatic kind, like you'd see in a rom-com. Instead, think low-key, blink and you'll miss it kind of vibes. For example, you casually mention a female colleague or a childhood friend you grabbed lunch with, and suddenly, her tone shifts. She might say something like, "Oh, she must be really great to work with," but her delivery is dripping with just a hint of sarcasm. Or maybe you're deep in conversation at a social event, and you catch her watching you talk to another woman. She's not going to make a scene, but you'll notice she's unusually quiet afterward, or suddenly needs some air. She's not being manipulative. This is her way of saying, "Hey, I like you, and I'm nervous about losing you," without outright saying it. This unspoken kind of jealousy often comes from a place of vulnerability. She's not sure where she stands with you, or if you feel the same way about her as she does about you. Now here's the trick to handling it. Don't rub it in. That's a rookie mistake. Instead, offer her subtle reassurances that she's the one you're really interested in. Drop a casual compliment like, "You're the person I'd rather be talking to right now." Or reassure her with some action-oriented affection. These little moments of confirmation show her she has no competition in your world and help her relax. Trust me, that's all she needs to feel more secure about you. Point 5, the Fidget Queen Chronicles. Have you noticed that she's a little, fidgety around you? Like 1 minute she's flipping her hair every 5 seconds, and the next, she's nervously tapping her fingers on her coffee cup. Welcome to what I call the Fidget Queen Chronicles. This nervous, adorable energy is often a dead giveaway that she's head over heels, but scared to mess things up. Here's how it looks in action. Picture the two of you sitting at a cafe. You crack a joke and she laughs. But wait, isn't she laughing just a little too hard? Or maybe you ask her a straightforward question, and she stumbles over her words, trying to explain something that really shouldn't be that complicated. These little bursts of awkwardness don't mean she's uninterested. Quite the opposite. She's so into you that it's making her a bit anxious. It makes sense when you think about it. Liking someone can be stressful. Her mind is probably buzzing with thoughts like, what if I say the wrong thing? Does he think I'm boring? Or worse, what if I have spinach in my teeth? It's all part of the emotional cocktail that comes with caring about someone and not wanting to blow it. Your move here is to be the calm in her storm. Ease her nerves with humor and laid-back vibes. Crack a cheesy joke, share a funny story about something embarrassing you did last week, or give her a low-pressure compliment like, "I love how comfortable I feel around you." The idea is to take the edge off and help her relax. When she feels like she doesn't have to present a perfect version of herself, she'll start showing you the genuine, amazing person she is underneath the nerves. Point 6, the wall builder's dilemma. If she's keeping you at arm's length, even when things seem to be going great, you're smack dab in the middle of what I like to call the wall builder's dilemma. Here's the backstory. If a woman has been through heartbreak or betrayal, she might have built some tall, sturdy walls around her emotions. These aren't just flimsy fences. Their foundation is pain, and their structure is built from fear of being hurt again. She's not putting these walls up because she doesn't like you. Oh no, it's usually quite the opposite. If she's keeping you out, it's because letting you in feels like a risk she's not ready to take. For instance, she might hesitate when the topic of defining your relationship comes up. Or she might say, "I want to take things slow," even if everything between you two feels perfect. Maybe she sets boundaries that feel a little too strict, and you're left wondering, what's going on here? These behaviors aren't about you. They're her way of protecting herself while she figures out if you're worth lowering those walls. What can you do to help? Respect her boundaries first and foremost. Seriously, don't try to bulldoze your way into her emotional fortress. That won't work. Instead, focus on being consistent and reliable. Show her through your actions that you're not going anywhere and that you're someone she can depend on. Patience is everything here. When she realizes you're not in a rush, that you genuinely care about her, and aren't counting the minutes on when she'll finally open up. Those walls will slowly start to crumble. Behind them is someone who wants to love and be loved, but only when she knows her heart is in safe hands. Point 7. The clue collector. Alright, here's a fun one. Have you noticed her slipping little investigative questions into your conversations? Questions that seem casual on the outside, but when you think about them later, they carry a lot more weight. That, my friend, is what I like to call the clue collector. Picture this. You're chatting about relationships and out of nowhere, she asks, "What do you look for in a partner?" Or even better, and juicier, "Have you ever cheated on someone before?" These aren't your average water cooler questions. Nope. They're her way of gathering intel to figure out if you're boyfriend material or a red flag in disguise. Now don't freak out thinking she's interrogating you. This is her way of testing the waters without putting herself in a vulnerable spot. She might even throw some hypothetical scenarios your way, like, "What would you do if your partner needed space?" Translation. She's low-key asking, "Would you understand me if I needed space?" It's like detective work, but she's playing it cool. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to be honest and transparent. Don't overthink your answers or try to craft the perfect response. Because trust me, she'll see through it. Instead, just be real. If you've learned from past mistakes or have clear intentions about relationships, this is the perfect time to show her. This isn't a trap, it's an opportunity. Your honesty reassures her that she's dealing with someone who's secure and dependable. And when she feels secure, oh, that's when the magic starts to happen. Point 8. The supportive guarded queen. Next on our list is the supportive guarded queen, a combination that can feel like the ultimate paradox. One moment, she's hyping you up like your own personal cheerleader. The next, she's pulling away when it's time to share something about herself. What gives? Here's what's going on. Women who like someone but fear getting hurt often find a balance between showing their care and keeping their walls up. For example, you tell her you've got a big interview coming up, and she's texting you good vibes, sending gifs of high fives, and checking in afterward to hear how it went. But when you ask about her day, her response is short or vague, like, "Oh, nothing special." Do you see the pattern? She's all in when it comes to supporting you, but stays cautious when it's her turn to share. Why does she do this? Because supporting you feels safe. It's a low-risk way of showing she cares without coming across as too vulnerable. However, letting you into her world? That's a much bigger emotional leap, and she's not ready for that yet. Here's how you handle this two-sided dynamic. First, always acknowledge and thank her for her support. Compliment her for being so thoughtful. Then, take that support and turn it into an opening for deeper conversations. Say something like, "Wow, you're always so encouraging. How do you stay so positive? I bet you've got an amazing story behind that." See what you did there? You've turned her supportive energy into an invitation for her to share. It's a slow process, but the more you make her feel seen and valued, the closer she'll come to opening up. Point 9, the compliment ninja. Oh, you're going to love this one. Meet the compliment ninja. She's stealthy, subtle, and highly skilled at slipping in compliments without making herself too vulnerable. If you're not paying attention, you might even miss them entirely. She's not going to look you straight in the eye and say, "Wow, you're so handsome," or "I'm really into you." That's too risky, for her anyway. Instead, she'll go for compliments with an extra layer of emotional armor. Like, "Wow, you're so good at staying organized." Or, "I really admire how passionate you are about your work." Sound familiar? Here's the thing. These indirect compliments are her way of putting herself out there without feeling like she's putting her heart on the line. She's communicating her admiration through a safe, low-pressure route. It's like she's testing your reaction to see if you'll catch on. Your move. Don't just brush these compliments off with a casual thanks. Respond in a way that makes her feel appreciated and seen. For example, if she says, "You're so hardworking," you could say, "That really means a lot coming from someone as thoughtful as you." Boom. You've validated her feelings and added a compliment back, which makes the moment more meaningful. When you start picking up on and reciprocating these subtle compliments, she'll feel safer stepping out of her shell. It's all about building a sense of mutual admiration without putting too much pressure on her. Before you know it, those ninja compliments might evolve into more direct, heartfelt ones. Point 10, the slow opener. Finally, we've got the slow opener. This one's part heartwarming, part patience testing, but oh so worth it. If she likes you, but is terrified of getting hurt, she's not going to spill her life story in the first couple of weeks. It's going to be a gradual process of trust building, brick by brick. Here's how it works. At first, she'll share tiny surface-level details. Maybe it's her favorite childhood snack, her go-to karaoke song, or a funny story about her pet. Then over time, she'll start letting you into the deeper stuff. Things like her goals, her struggles, or her biggest fears. But don't expect her to lay it all out right away. This is her way of testing the waters. Think about it. Opening up can be scary, especially if she's been hurt before. She's likely asking herself, can I really trust this guy? Will he judge me if I'm too honest? Your job here is to be her emotional safe zone. When she does start sharing those deeper parts of herself, celebrate it. Show her you're listening by asking follow-up questions or offering thoughtful responses. For example, if she tells you about a tough time in her life, don't just say, "Bye, that's rough." Instead, say something like, "Wow, that must have been hard. I love how strong you are to have gone through that." The key here is patience. Don't rush her to open up faster than she's comfortable with. The fact that she's even starting to reveal these parts of herself is a sign that she sees you as someone worth trusting. Keep showing her that you're consistent, understanding, and genuinely interested in her world. Trust takes time to build, but once that bond is there, it's the foundation for something truly special. And there you have it, guys. 4 more signs that she likes you but is just guarding her heart a little extra. Stick around, stay patient, and keep watching her walls come down. With the right approach, you might just find yourself in a relationship stronger than you imagine.